Welcome back, it's Barfly2 here. For this episode of Ships of the Line, we're going to return to the Galaxy class and look at the differences with the Star Drive section and the Saucer section. In the 23rd century, the original series timeline, saucer separation was a dangerous emergency operation for the ships to save crew. But by the 24th century, the time of the Next Generation timeline, it becomes a more routine and tactical operation. The Star Drive maintains many of the same stats as the Galaxy-class ship itself, but it has a card attached to the captain's chair which adjusts some of its abilities. The Saucer section gets a completely new auxiliary card which gets kept separate. Let's look at the Star Drive first. Bridge and medbay are situated at the fore of the ship, and the cargo and engineering are in the aft. It's fairly easy to hit with an evasion of 1, it has a resilience of 3 which is pretty good, and a warp value of 9 which means it can move 18 inches at maximum warp. The Star Drive retains its full reserve energy of 8. The Star Drive has a reduced alert dial range from green 2 to red 1. Green 2 has no native energy recharge. It does have some weapons power and some shields, retains a good instrument power of 3 and has a decent speed of 7. At yellow 1, we lose a little bit of speed again, and we lose a little bit of instrument power to get 1 more weapons power, an extra shield on the aft section of the ship, but our recharge increases all the way up to 3 per round. Yellow 2 sees a reduction in your speed again in order to increase your force shield up by 1 to 3. Yellow 3 sees your recharge move up to 4 and your weapon power increased to 3. This is at the expense of your instrument power which moves down to 1. The ship is now in a more combat orientated stance with better defence and higher weapons power, and it will recharge a good amount of energy each round. Take note, you can now fire torpedoes. Red 1 sees your recharge rate and maximum speed drop in order to increase your weapons power to 4 and your shields to 4 at the front and 3 at the back. Crew dial now has a maximum status of 2 for command and 3 for operations and science. This means you will have to be careful if you are generating teams on the Star Drive. Also of note, because the dial will not go above that level, you can no longer inspire your crew to cause the crew skill to increase. You will only gain advantage tokens. The Star Drive's hull dial and damage track remain the same. The Galaxy has 8 hull and 2 white steps. It has 4 yellow steps, with the first one getting a damage card and the last one getting a crew damage. Once the ship hits amber, you get punished with a damage card on the first step and a crew damage on the second step, before being disabled, then destroyed. With its low evasion and short white step, the Galaxy wants to be able to get its alert dial and shields up by the time it gets to yellow. Picard can help with this with his reaction ability, which allows him to move from any green alert to any yellow alert following a hostile or aggressive action. The Captain's Chair has no changes to its original abilities. Captain's Chair allows you access to warp travel and the ability to change your alert status. Galaxy class also has access to address, which allows you to test with the unit in order to inspire it. This is a command test which the Galaxy starts off with a high crew value in. If your captain also has the command inspire keyword, you can use these abilities to inspire another ship and the Galaxy, or alternatively inspire the Galaxy twice. Once again, remember that your crew dial can't increase any more past its new starting level here, so inspire will only give you advantage tokens. Helm Station allows you to conduct impulse. The detach ability changes to a reattach ability if you're within 2 inches. Note this has no skill cost or energy cost associated with it. It should also be noted that the reattach ability is on the star drive. The saucer section itself does not have that ability. Sensors and comms become a 2-inch bubble around the star drive, except in the forward cone, which becomes 4 inches plus your instrument power. The star drive retains the ability to launch probes and carry out sensor locks. Tactical loses 1 forward phaser array, so you'll only be able to fire once out the front and once out the back. It also has 2 torpedo tubes. 2 can be fired from the fore launcher, or you can fire 1 from the fore launcher and 1 from the aft launcher. Medbay loses advanced study. You can still carry out medical care from the medbay in order to heal personnel. The cargo bay's actions now all cost an additional 1 reserve energy in order to carry them out. There is no change to engineering's abilities. Engineering is where you gain or boost reserve energy, as well as transport personnel when at green or yellow alert. Star Drive gets the same damage cards as the Galaxy class. Each ship type has a unique list of damage cards. These provide unique flavour to each vessel. Bear in mind that each damage card also knocks the station offline, not just the stated effect on the card. The station affected will only be able to carry out the repair action. Let's take a look at them. Turbo lifts disabled. This limits the amount of personnel that can relocate in the ready phase. Fried conduits. The opponent assigns this to any station, and then that station's section will have a shield value of 0. Exploding panels, as well as blocking out a bridge station, then during the hazard phase your opponent may spend your peril to move this card to another bridge station, and if an officer's there, they will sustain a trauma. Labs depowered. During the hazard phase, your ship will add a peril. Severe hull breach. An opponent assigns this to any station, and during the hazard phase, each personnel in this end of the ship sustains 1 trauma. Warp core breach. Reduce your hull by 1. If this reduces the ship to a destroyed status, each space unit at 2 inches will receive 3 hull damage. Moving on to the saucer section. This opens up lots of tactical opportunities which are different from the star drive. The saucer section has an evasion of 1 and a warp value of 1, so it can only warp 2 inches. It has 2 shields in the fore and 2 shields in the aft. These are knocked off each time it gets hit, but replenish every round. In terms of hull, it has 1 white stage, a yellow stage, 2 amber stages, a red stage, then disabled, then destroyed. It has 5 for impulse and a 2 impulse turn, a surprisingly high 4 weapons power and a 2 instrument power. It has 3 for command, 2 for operations and 3 for signs. The saucer section has 4 stations, a helm, console, medbay and engineering, and they have the usual abilities from them. Impulse and warp at helm, fire weapons at console, medical care in the medbay, and transporting personnel from engineering. In terms of weapons, it has 2 phaser arrays out of its front arc. So what do I think the benefits of the saucer separation in the star drive? At its most basic, it allows you to get an extra standby action just by separating the saucer from the star drive. But also allows you to control the board table. You've got an extra vessel on the table. And it allows you to combine weapons power from both the star drive and the saucer section, being able to carry out the fire weapons action from both vessels rather than just from one. In a nutshell, it just gives you more options when you need it. Hope you've found something useful in this follow-up to the Galaxy class's deep dive. It's quite interesting to look at the 2 different sections or separated halves of the Galaxy drive when you're looking at these things. Thanks for joining me, and I hope to catch you again soon.